Hey everyone, and thank you so much for joining me. I am your host, Orrin Brazington, and this is the Authentic Truth Podcast. Before I get started, I want to take a moment to personally thank each and every person that has listened to and followed the show. The positive reactions have been amazing, and I am deeply humble and grateful for all of it. You see, I didn't just start this podcast to entertain people, but to do my very best to inspire you with practical language and scenarios that make it easier to grasp the complex topics I cover here, in hopes for you to be more present in your everyday lives. I aim to highlight that life-altering change is possible right now, and not something restricted to a chosen few or written about in books. The topics I choose to discuss are things I've encountered and persevered in my own life, and I can attest that you can liberate yourself from the pain and suffering our minds can drag us through to achieve a more balanced and fulfilling life. Seeing life and ourselves differently, we can fully interact with it. This episode is going to be based on our mind's inner critic with a direct, easy-to-follow narrative so you can make noticeable steps towards a fuller and more meaningful life. So, let's get started. What is the inner critic? Simply put, it is your mind, your very thoughts themselves, the narrator of your entire existence, directly connected to every thought and memory you have or ever will have. It knows everything about you and is with you from birth till death. It has witnessed the entirety of your life. It uses thoughts and memories of fear, shame, and rejection to control how you see and feel about yourself. It dictates what we feel worthy of receiving. It handles the delicate balance of how you view yourself and your worth as a human being, as well as your health and your relationships. It has a view and opinion on everything in the world, and it's afraid of just about everything and makes up absurd stories and scenarios to make sure that you are too. But what if I said there is a way to liberate yourself from it? To totally change how you see and feel about yourself. You see, we have a lot in common with our ancestors of the distant past. They faced a common hurdle that's been around since we evolved on this planet, fighting the mind's powerful thoughts and the intense limitations it can put upon us. Fighting the mind is like playing a game of tug-of-war with a semi-truck. An impossible feat, yet so many people try to approach it that way and are quickly eaten alive by it. Instead, you have the choice to just drop the rope. It's a battle billions of people have lost since our inception. Our inner critics are so powerful, they can imprison a person without them even noticing it. The inner critic is the source of immense pain and suffering in so many in the world. It turns friends into enemies and loved ones into strangers. It turns people into drug addicts and alcoholics by them merely wanting to silence and be free of it. Why is our mind's inner critic so powerful? You see, your inner critic does have a purpose. Its primary job is to keep you safe and alive. It has many ways of keeping you from doing things that threaten you, with thoughts and feelings as its primary mode of persuasion. Here is a scenario. Your inner critic will keep you from going on a long, intense hike deep in the mountains by yourself, where you'd unfortunately slip and break your leg on a tough part of the trail early in the evening. It kept you from spending the night in the dark forest, hurt and alone, and possibly avoiding death itself, because it used thoughts of urgency and risk to warn you about how dangerous the trail was to hike alone. and is effective in deterring you from going on the hike until you find a friend to accompany you. Or how a woman has a very bad feeling about someone she met online on a first date, ultimately rescuing her from being in a long term relationship with an extremely abusive, narcissistic partner. Both of them listened to the warnings from within. Our inner critics do have a special calling, and that is to protect us from ourselves. But if kept unchecked, this instrument of protection can destroy your entire life and hold you back from doing anything great with it. The biggest hurdle we face in our lives is to take back control of our own thoughts and direct them in a positive and productive, hands off, so to speak, way that benefits us. The difference between a broke man and a successful rich one is the rich man could handle his fear, self doubt, and feelings about the world to do something great with his time left on it. The poor man was utterly controlled and belittled by his own thoughts and never achieved anything notable. Our minds can imprison us with invisible bars and shackles that limit and control everything we have hoped or dreamed of and can strike deep fear within us, akin to being charged by a brown bear. The primary goal is to make your inner critic your ally and not your judge, jury, and executioner. Abstain from trying to control it with force because that battle will never end and you will be on the losing end of it. You see, we all know someone that is in a constant struggle with themselves and their inner critic, a slave to their own minds, so to speak, drowning in their own self limiting thoughts and actions that push their dreams and goals in their life further and further away from themselves. Simply be your inner critic's friend and not its challenger or foe. Integrate yourself within your inner critic while adding feelings of kindness, compassion, and love. This will calm the turbulent waters of the mind. Flow with the current and not against it, because fighting it will cause you to drown. Consider your inner critic as a child. And how would you calm and comfort an upset toddler? Surely not by ignoring it or belittling it, but by being kind and compassionate to it. You see, all you have to do with the mind's thoughts is notice them. That's it. Be the witness to them and choose not to engage with thoughts or feelings that are negative or even petty. Simply notice them and don't feed into senses of fear or lack that it tries to conjure up. By just noticing your thoughts and separating yourself from them, you become the witness. Being the witness gives you the opportunity to choose what thoughts you want to engage with, staying neutral and observing the thoughts rather than becoming lost in them. This is liberating yourself from the misery of our own negative thoughts. Success is when you choose not to get upset at the store clerk for being rude to you or the waiter that isn't doing his or her job quite to your liking. You do have total control over what you think about and how you react to the above mentioned. Here is an example. The Dalai Lama was asked about what he would do if he encountered someone that was very angry and upset with him. His answer? If I chose not to accept the anger, then whose anger is it? Ignoring your thoughts or trying to control them with force only gives your inner critic more momentum. Feel your feelings fully and then simply release them. Letting go of negativity while choosing more constructive, kind things to think about is your path to freedom. This takes time, but with a lot of practice, it can be achieved. Reciting a mantra when tough moments arise can help you exponentially. Here are a few that I personally like. I can handle this. There is nothing I can't do, or I'm worthy even on difficult days. In the words of one of my favorite authors, Michael A. Singer, your inner critic is your roommate. You live with it 24 hours a day. If you spent just 2 hours with your inner critic as its own separate person, you'd quickly realize that you never want to see that person ever again. Living with an unchecked, out of control inner critic will sour your entire view of life. Taking back your own thoughts and thinking positive things will alter your life's trajectory and bring you peace and clarity to your days and your years. We all face hardships in our own lives, but by letting go and just noticing your thoughts, you will free yourself so you can become the person you've always dreamed of becoming. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. As a quick reminder, please follow me on Instagram at Orrin Brazington or Coach Big O Brazy. Also, please like and follow the show for more episodes, as this helps me get the show into the algorithm so others can discover it as well. If you are looking for help in your own life, I am also a mindset coach, and I have a few spaces available for new clients. If you're interested, you can DM me on Instagram or book a call via a Calendly link on my website at www.orrinbrazington.com. I'll leave all of this info in the show notes. Don't forget to always speak your authentic truth. See you next time, and thank you so much.